We're in Crouch End on a very rainy, well, it was raining. It's actually stopped raining now, thankfully. Crystal shops. That's how you know you're in Crouch End. Get eternal zen if you buy that. You're enlightened if you buy that. Let's go get some coffee. Hey, mate. How's it going?
Good, dude.
Can I get some coffee? Thank you. Thank you so much. Wicked, cheers, thank you, mate. That's what's lovely about the church being based in a sort of community area like Crouch End, because it's like you can break up your day, you can go to the cafe. There used to be a restaurant, a really famous restaurant called Banners, that was like a Jamaican restaurant. It's actually gone now, sadly. But that was like, there's other famous stories of like Bono, when he was working here, every day he would go to that restaurant, like for lunch. It's just a lovely place to be when you're working. We were going a little bit mad making that second album. I think it provided some sanity at points, like these morning coffees and stuff like that. I believe it's open knowledge that Apple Music, the radio station, was begun being recorded in the church. It was just like loads of like artists every day going in and out, and it was like top secret. Nobody knew it was there. And it was kind of weird that it's like, this is why, again, what makes Crouch End so interesting is like, the church has been the home to like so many famous artists, whether it's with Paul or making records of their own. So you had people like Jay-Z would be in and out of this place, or U2 would be in and out, but it's in this kind of sleepy town. The plan today is we're going to see Chiara, who was the engineer who was working with me on she was assisting actually on the film project. She's been working on some really cool records. Some of like the most interesting records I think that have come out in the last year have been made in the church. Most notably, I think the last Dinner Party album, which was a really big success. She was so young when we first met, and now I'm kind of interested to see the journey. Hopefully see Riley, my friend Riley, who works there. What Paul's turned it into, this is this incredible creative space, and it's become like a legendary space for that. And also Paul has probably the best collection of instruments and gear I've ever seen. I'm going to phone Chiara, see if she wants to come and have a coffee. Hey mate, how you doing? Yeah, I'm good. I'm just in coffee service. Do you want to come and have a coffee? All right, we can see you in a sec. Bye.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
How you doing?
How are you?
I'm good, yeah. I'm good, yeah. Honestly, ready to go on holiday.
Were you freelance before?
I wasn't actually, no.
Okay.
I managed to get an internship literally like straight out of uni, which was such in here.
Here.
So I didn't really do the freelance.
So you've been working here since?
Yeah.
How old were you then?
I was 23.
I find the role of the engineer, like, I've always found it a fascinating thing. I think it's like, I spoke about it with Ricky as well, like the kind of the hierarchy of, and the church was one of the first places I really kind of began to see a picture of it. Because I think, and I don't mean this in a bad way at all, but I do think the church has, certainly is, I think it's changed even since the way it's been operating has changed a lot since when I was first there. Yeah. But I think it was probably more sort of in the traditional vein when I first started, where it was very hierarchical. Like we would come, and because Paul is like Paul, and he was really like the Paul at the time, it was like just post Adele, we would come in, you'd have like runners, you'd be like, what do you want, can we get you anything to, everyone was, no, they weren't actually, they were very calm, but they were like, well, can we get you anything? It was very like, you were serviced, like when you went in, you were like, what, can we get you coffees? We'll get you any food. It was that kind of energy.
Isn't it funny how it's like, kind of like pretty much hospitality?
It is.
Up to a certain point, you're like, oh, it's a studio job, but it's actually
as a runner, you basically, you're effectively, that's really interesting. And I think I've said this story, and maybe we've said it on camera. This is a really, I'm sure you've heard it. You know the story about Flood? Do you know the producer Flood?
Yes.
You know do you know why he's called Flood?
No, I actually don't.
Okay, so the reason Flood, what did Flood do? He did like the U2 record. The reason he's called Flood is apparently when he started out as a runner or an assistant, I think it was a runner, he was a T-boy, right?
Yeah.
And there were two engineers working on the session, and he was making so much tea, and the other engineer was making so little tea that they nicknamed them Flood and Drought. That's true. That's the story. I don't know if it's actually true, but that's the story I've heard. It's Flood and Drought. There is a time to make tea when you. Do you agree? There's like that can change the course of a session.
I think like one of the best advice that Paul gave everyone was like, be transparent. If you can be transparent, then you can be anyone you want in the studio, because you really need to like understand those moments when you're like, oh, is the room quite, what's the mood, is it, what's the vibe? I'm sure you see the other side of it. Asking someone if they want a tea, maybe in the second while you walk from the door to the desk, you hear someone else say, oh, yeah, maybe we could try that pedal. And then, you have to listen to every conversation in the room the second you step in, because then you're like, oh, how do I grab that pedal for that person? And then you just take it into the room and you're like, and they turn around and they're like, oh, there's the pedal.
Basically, the advice is be seen, not heard. Listen, but don't be listened to slightly.
Yeah.
And be invisible, but be always there. Right?
It's a great job description. It's literally like what it is. You only understand the role of runner when you become an assistant, and then you understand the role of an assistant when you become an engineer, and so on. So I remember exactly in the moment when I started to be like an assistant, I was like, where are all the glasses? I don't want to collect all these mugs. It's so important, and it's so also in the business that we're in, I think we need to really recognize those roles as well.
Yeah.
Because just if you're a runner and you're not there, everything else falls apart.
This is like worst case engineering story.
Oh my God.
We were working in a studio called State of the Art, amazing studio, and it was where, do you know who Manon Grandjean is?
Yeah.
So Manon's legend.
She's so great.
Yeah, in fact, Manon is the person we need to speak to at some point. One of my favourite people in the music industry. So she engineered our first album.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that's how I met her.
Okay.
She's incredible, fucking amazing. And basically she had like because it was a smaller business, they didn't have loads of runners and assistants, so they would have, it was much less of what the church kind of big sort of more high, not high, I say it in a bad way, it's just a bigger enterprise, the church basically. It was a much smaller business. So they would like get in random people, and they would occasionally have like, the guy who ran the studio would be like, his mate's son is around for like a few hours, we're gonna come like do it. He needs some experience. So one day we had this kid, so sweet, he must have been like 17, 18. And he was like, look, make some tea, that's what you need to do.
Oh no.
Then he started like picking up the bass.
Oh no.
I love like that reaction as well. Like that's just like, don't bring, he starts like playing bass.
You're telling me from like your perspective of the band, so I can only imagine.
He's like playing the bass.
Oh.
Then he's like, like suggesting to me guitar settings, on pedals.
Oh,
and then the end game for him, I'm surprised he lasted this long. This is like day 2 by this point.
Oh, no.
He basically accidentally played back a recording on his phone that he'd made of the session. Shocked face, by the way. Shocked face.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so that the music came out of his phone, and the producer was like, have you been recording the song?
Oh my God.
So bad. We could talk about this for a long time, which we can talk about some more.
Shall we go to the church?
Question was, there was a session till like 8 a.m, is that true?
Yes.
What time did they finish in the end?
I think they actually finished a bit earlier last night.
When I heard 8 a.m, I was like, there's no chance they're going to.
Honestly, I think they finished at like 7 or half 7.
Was it a hip-hop session?
It was.
It
was.
There's no world in which it's not a hip. I've never heard of an indie. This is the rules of law. Indie goes from 12 till 12. Hip hop goes 12 till 7. I just think.
I just admire them because I
so do I.
could not do it.
No, it's fucking
I have like 8 hours sleep minimum.
But they're just sleeping the other way around, I guess. I mean.
I'm always thinking like, surely you want to see the sun, like for your.
Maybe listen, if you're making if you're making hip hop, maybe you need the darkness.
Maybe you need the darkness. 808s.
Yeah, maybe I'd make way better music if I just made it only in the dark.
There you go.
Thank you. I'm trying to put myself back in the time of when like I came here for the first time, because like just go on with this with me, right? Okay, imagine you're like, okay, we'd already made an album. Yeah, we were quite successful. First album, but we'd made our album in like a fairly small studio the first time, and this was like comeback album, big budget, right, let's go, working with the biggest producer in the world, first day in this studio, and it's like, I was 24. I was like, this is the dream. I might have been so arrogant that I wasn't even nervous at this point. I think it'd already gone to my head so bad. No, I don't know if was I nervous. I probably was nervous. I was definitely nervous to meet Paul, but I think the studio is more just like, for me, I just love, obviously and why am I doing, I'm literally spending money making this shit because I love studios so much, and I'm like, I need to showcase them before they fucking die or something, I'm scared.
It's really scary.
That's literally the reason I'm doing this, I think, because I'm just like, It's almost like I'm worried they won't be around in 10 years, and if I don't capture it now, like I feel like someone's got to like.
Yeah, no,
it's like it's almost like a bit of like memory for me in some weird way.
To be honest, like this is kind of, I don't know if you know, but this was going to be turned into flats. David Gray was going to sell it.
Of course.
To become like flats.
Yes, I knew that he'd bought from David Gray, and I knew I didn't realise it was potentially going to be turned into flats, but it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Obviously, Paul kind of saved it. I mean, he did save it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're going to see why, like, I mean, just have a look. Let's speak for itself.
Here we go. So yeah.
I mean, it's also like the religious thing, like it is religious.
Can you feel it? You still feel it when you come in? I feel like I'm a bit numb to it.
Yeah, of course you are.
Yeah,
yeah. You know, but this is your day. I think, believe me, 3 weeks into the album, I wasn't thinking about it anymore. But
yeah.
I think whenever I first step into here, I just love it so much.
It's such a like, I think you can feel it for sure.
I had never seen or knew of any example. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I was so young. I didn't know it because I've seen them since. But to me, the thing that shocked me the most was the fact that the desk is in the room.
This was not basically supposed to be in here. It was supposed to be in there, which was the old control room.
Yeah.
Obviously, this doesn't fit in that small room with that. When David Gray had the studio before Paul, he had an API desk in there.
Right.
And we still call that room API room.
Oh, I see.
Just because there used to be a desk in there.
Yeah.
Even in the wall,
yeah.
there's like space for speakers on the wall.
Right.
So that's where he was working. And obviously, like, for the layout, you can kind of tell, like, if you're in there, you can't really see much of it.
I agree, 100%.
And it's just you kind of lose most of the magic of it. And obviously, I think Paul had purchased this desk before buying the church.
Yeah.
So when he got here, and he just had no choice but to put it here.
I do think, like, Paul definitely is one of those kind of producers at the beginning of, like, the kind of birth of the songwriter producer kind of era. He kind of was like one of those kind of guys who really popularized the idea of being both an amazing producer and a songwriter at the same time. It makes sense that he would have like this, like it be open so that you could like
100%,
be working, producing and writing at the same time.
Yeah.
But I just thought the main thing then it just reminds me of is just the fact that you'd be fucking, me and Dot, Hannah'd be over there like doing her vocals and me and Dot just sitting here, we're all sat here with headphones listening. But if you make any noise, and then you're fucked. Do you know what I mean? It's like you can. So me and Dot just be like, snuffling laughs, or just like or being idiots probably, and just like being really. Or me and Hannah would be laughing if Dot was playing the piano or something like that, and you just kind of, you need to.
But that's kind of the beauty of it, isn't it? Like,
it's kind of amazing.
Just like if you hear like a little laugh in the corner, your piano thing, that's great.
On the other side of that, the thing I think you do lose is like that kind of escape. Maybe of like the control room being like the kind of sanctity where like you can just be a fucking idiot in the control room whilst Dot's playing drums. I can just, me and Hannah can be like, fuck, he's just fucking, why is he playing that? I told him not to play over that fucking bit.
I find it quite fascinating how there's nothing of that. You have to keep your thoughts in your mind.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which that means you really need to find a way to express yourself in such a different way.
Absolutely.
Which, it's quite...
Absolutely.
It brings like a different side of you out, which, I'm sure as you were saying before, like the fact that Paul also probably wanted the desk in here because you had such a connection with the people in the room with you. And you can't match that, I think.
What's your like experience of this desk? Like, what do you love about it?
Basically, just a little bit of like background on it. It's 2 desks combined.
Right.
So one side used to live in Abbey Road 3.
Right.
And one side used to live in Studio Marconi in Paris.
Wow.
And the story goes that one of these sides, I don't know which one, mixed Wish You Were Here by Pink Floyd, which is a crazy thing to say. Again, I'm not sure which side, but
wow,
it's kind of like a piece of history here. That's kind of the cool thing about the desk, like history-wise, but what I really love about it is really straightforward. Like you just have like pre's, cues, and then like routine sections, and that's it.
Yeah, I own this as like my part of my vocal chain. I have one of them. I have one. There's however many there are here. I have one. For somebody who like me, who is like very technically illiterate, I understand it. It's so simple.
Yeah,
it's such an iconic design.
If I'm not wrong, there's just 5 of these desks in the world.
It literally looks like I'm looking at like NASA's sort of 1960 dials to get to the moon. Like,
Still works.
yes, yeah.
Still rocking.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Sometimes a little bumpy.
I bet. I want one of these. So good. I noticed when I was stalking your Instagram, you know, the Squid record. Was that done with was there reel-to-reels being used in that session?
There was a lot of it Marta brought in.
Really?
'Cause Marta obviously has like an amazing collection of like tape machines, like
Really?
tracks.
Right.
So it would like.
Is that
really
something?
funny.
Is that a high interest of hers?
Yeah.
Fine.
I think that's like kind of like what she started doing in terms of like even her music. I think.
Right. I didn't know that about her. I haven't delved into her work, you know, probably as much as I should.
She's great. Like honestly, like she just knows so much about it and she's so passionate about it as well. Like when you get someone that's so knowledgeable about something, everyone just like goes, wow.
Yeah.
And it's just beautiful, you know. It works really well in a creative situation.
Yeah. So let's go over here. The reason I didn't want to ask Chiara this question there was because I didn't want to be the man who sits here on the fucking desk like that and ask you this question. But I'm genuinely interested. You work with Marta, who's certainly one of the preeminent kind of female producers.
Yeah.
Is that fair? Do you think she's kind of
100%,
leading the charge? Her, Catherine Marks, obviously another one in the indie scene we're talking about. What do you think? Like, what's your experience of being, you know, not? Let's actually forgetting just it being female male, because I think that's more appropriate as well. What's it like not being a man?
Yeah.
A white man in this industry.
Yeah.
What do you think that's like for you? What's that experience for you? How was it working with Mark? You know, I want to hear a bit about that and understand a little bit about what your take is on that.
I think like for me, there's been throughout the past like say like 10 years like a really big change for sure. Like a lot of people are like starting to come out of, you know, their little bedrooms and be like, oh, someone like Marta, for example, she's done it. Catherine Marks, she's done it. So it's just like, it's encouraging so many more women, non-binary people, you know, anyone from like minorities to be like, I can be that person too. And I think that's just been it's so needed. Like, because I really feel it myself as a woman in this industry. Like you see all these, for example, like men, like, or, you know, white men being so easily involved in a lot of things. So it's just a bit like, obviously they can do it and they know they can do it because they've seen it for the past like 100 years. So maybe, I don't know if you feel that way, but for me to see someone that looks like me and is, for example, Marta is also Italian, so it's like complete legend status for me. It just makes me feel like I can do it. Yeah. And I think it breaks so many boundaries. There's a lot that's been done, which is grateful. Like I'm grateful for. Yeah. But I think reality is maybe the people coming through the door are not so diverse, if that makes sense. So I think I would love to see that in the next 10 years. Like you know, especially maybe working in a space like this, there's still, you know, majority of people coming through the door, like male producers and guys, and it's fine. Obviously, that's part of the industry.
It's not really up to them to stop male producers coming in and hiring the space. It's like it's hard to know where like the actual change really comes from, in a sense.
100% get you. Like I don't know where the barriers needs to be broken. You know, like how can we break the chain?
They're stopping. So we were like having a therapy session on like the most like I basically feel like I just had therapy. Fuck. This is probably one of the most coveted corners of a room by the synth nerds of probably the world, in fact. Oh my god, this is actually Joy Division synthesized. Hannet was the producer. Can we hear them?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so happy you've done that. Not only can I look at these things, I can actually fucking hear them. Because people have been complaining to me on the channel. I've had a few people complaining. They're like, you keep looking at everything, we haven't heard anything. Like with the... Hang on, right, he's coming up. imagine being like a young band who like, and then you just come into this world where like everything's immediately playable.
Yeah.
And it's all just like, you know, that was the thing that Paul like really, it was the first time I'd been into a studio where like it was like all the toys were there, everything, even this space was already developed to like, I mean, it seems like it's got even more mental at this point. They're all like museum PE.
Pretty much.
Do you think this is as good a collection in the world? Or certainly
Probably,
in the UK?
Definitely in the UK.
Yeah.
This one is like one of 50.
Wow.
Like, it's insane. And it's pretty much like 3 sections, like units in one. And it's got like 48 voice per unit, which is like an insane amount of voices.
Wow.
So you could just play with this forever.
Right.
And it's just really, you know, it's unique pretty much. I don't know where the other copies are.
Has it been used on anything particular?
I think Paul has just been using it in general.
What made him? Do you know what made him buy it?
I think it's just like
it's rare.
collector piece,
Right,
yeah.
right.
And it works, as you know.
Can we hear what it sounds like?
Yeah, you can get absolutely crazy with this.
Wow, this is wild.
But it's kind of what we're talking about, you know. If you're...
Because it's also just crazy sounding anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't...
It's kind of, you're right, it's kind of like sound designy as well.
100%.
You can do so much stuff with it.
I feel like I can make a whole horror movie with it.
Yeah, just by doing that.
Yeah. Wow.
So we always like carry like a little tuner.
I see.
Just, you know, so people can, but it's long, but
What's this shit it's doing here?
it's just beautiful. It has to be some sort of like...
It's funny how that note's just triggering it.
Yeah. It's an
Incredible.
open book.
Wow. Oh, so you use this to that's a
Yes,
cool tuner.
because obviously most of this stuff is analog.
Yeah. How much time is spent tuning things? A lot.
When you get a session when they want to use a lot of this stuff, then
This is your best friend.
Yeah, very much.
This
Honestly,
is
it's probably the best piece of gear we have.
It's a cool tuner.
Yeah, it's great.
Well, see, you can see how
perfect,
fluctuating it is.
like,
Amazing. That's so dope.
Yeah.
What's this thing?
I think you might need to. It's one of those that you might patch into.
Oh, you have to patch into
think
it.
it might
So
be
that's
one
not
of
doing
those.
anything. It's just because I was holding it. Like even listening just like that, like the hum of it, it's kind of this is the thing I mean, like, I spoke about it a lot, obviously with Ricky, and something I just like keep thinking about myself is like the analog versus digital kind of thing. And I think it might just be completely psychological because I'm looking at something and it has all these knobs and it feels old and I don't know, it probably is completely in my mind.
But that's good.
That's enough for me, I'll take it.
No, literally, I think like
I'm happy with that.
if it bring it, like, you know, if it takes you
If it
somewhere,
makes me excited, then I'm kind of happy with it. Peter Gabriel's Genesis, Hall & Oates used it, Fleetwood Mac used it in the studio, Prince often used it live, Bowie used it in the studio. Because it's just like, I wonder if like this is what a lot of those records have. Oh, sorry, it's on here.
Okay, it's quite loud. That sounds amazing, to be honest.
Why is it so like? What is it about? Has it got like some sort of? Is it?
It's got like a.
It's got a tremolo on it.
That's without. It sounds great with the tremolo. Wow.
So kind of evocative of that period.
It's funny because you actually have to tune it as well.
Do you?
Yeah, like when we have something
like
that
a
requested. Yeah, you need like you open.
Oh, is it? Oh, like in a normal
like a
piano
normal
sense.
piano.
Oh, I see.
So
It's kind of cool
don't
as well.
forget about it because then it's like.
Because you can change like the EQ of it.
Yeah.
So interesting. This is fucking amazing. Does it get used a lot?
Yeah, quite a lot. I'll say yeah. I think mostly when we do like album sessions, we'll have like a day or two when people are like literally just sitting here.
I feel like
everything.
incredible writing thing to like, I can imagine like certain like songwriters, I could just see them like, you know, it feels like that classic kind of singer-songwriter thing. Like if you were trying to make a sort of like Carole King type retro record, you just would be drawn to something like this so well. Like, it just sounds like those.
Yeah, true.
Just has that kind of 70s thing. It's so cool. Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Love it.
Hey, bro.
What's up?
Good.
What's going on? Life all right?
Up and down.
Oh, bro. We were gonna talk about the Mellotron. I'll tell you what I know about it, and you can tell me if I'm chatting shit. So beautiful. 1970. The first sampler. It's like hip hop before hip hop. I was saying to Chiara about how like the Mellotron, for whatever reason, like I'm obsessed with it. Probably because of the Beatles thing.
But like specifically the old ones or just the Mellotron sound?
I think I'm just obsessed with the Mellotron sound.
Yeah.
And then obviously they made like the modern versions that you could buy. So then everybody kind of, the what, you know, like the white ones that they had. Does he have one here as well, Paul?
Yeah, it's down in my room.
Okay. Oh, yeah, fine. Okay. But then it's like, how often do you really see the original ones? For not very often.
No.
I don't think so.
And they feel, to me, I mean, truthfully, it's probably lame, but like whenever somebody suggests pulling out, I'm like, well, we got one of the new ones and it has like way more sound.
Yeah. Oh, no. Miley, no. The first one being made in 1963, which is why it was on those early Beatles records. But like, really, okay, so I'm going to explain, you're the engineers, but this is my basic understanding of how this works, right? Okay. This is kind of really like the first version of sort of sampled, it's a sampler.
Yeah.
You have tape inside here, right? And you can hear the whirring of the tape. Hear it all day.
I think what we're hearing is probably the whirring of some motor
Yeah.
has
I
yet
see.
to be activated.
Right.
Because I think each key is connected to some kind of like a
That's
stool.
right.
And
Yes.
when you depress the key, it runs along and then eventually falls off the back and resets.
Yes, yes.
So it's some kind of like curved surface that runs the tape along ahead. It's something like that. I'm pretty sure. And then it just basically gets to the end, and that's when the note falls off and it drops back, and that's when you have to press the key again to.
So
to reset it.
so let me just,
It's a bunch of cartridges like this, I think.
so I don't seem like a total moron. You can hear the whirring of the motor. I don't seem like a total idiot. If you're telling me that doesn't sound more evocative than the one downstairs,
No, you're right.
imagine like being in the Beatles in like 1960 and you're like, we've got like an orchestra there. That must have been wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a choir.
It's so cool.
It's incredible. Just literally sounds like a Beatles record to me.
The fact that Mellotron's so widely used now, because it's almost, to me, become like another thing. Like whereas even 10 years ago, it sounded like the Beatles right away. It evokes something specific as well, but it's not that anymore necessarily. Like
I
there's
know
still
what
something nostalgic about it, but now it's like, oh, this is like a
It's kind of been ruined a bit
maybe, yeah.
by that white. And I have one. I love the white. Those white ones have basically made it kind of almost. It's almost pastiche. That fucking. I mean, it was pastiche anyway, but now it's like doubly pastiche or something weird. I can't explain it. One other question about it. How the fuck does that work?
Slows the tape down.
An idiot.
That does sound better and way more interesting than the white one.
I've convinced you.
You just convinced me that I'm just lazy.
Oh, made my day with that. Unreal. That's what I said. This is his. This is the Martin. This is Martin Hannet, producer, Factory Records producer.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's talking to us from
alive.
beyond the grave. Joy Division, New Order, that era.
Yeah.
I mean, be mad.
It's very broken.
Oh no.
Or Martin's just fucking with us, like you said.
I think he is.
No,
That was good.
this is actually pretty great.
So good. That's amazing. It says here, on ChatGPT, it says, Notable users, Joy Division famously used a Transcendent 2000, this, on Unknown Pleasures, owned by Martin Hannet. So this synthesizer,
That's sick.
this synthesizer would have been used by Martin Hannet on Unknown Pleasures, probably one of the most iconic cult post-punk records of all time. Yeah. Probably the most sort of mysterious kind of producer of that generation as well. It's just fucking crazy. What's your favourite piece of gear in the whole of the church?
Two of the things are there.
Show me.
That and this.
Yeah, this is incredible.
Yeah. Still never found anything that distorts quite like it. It's really special. I think the germanium mic pretty so you can go through filters and reverb. It's got a great spring reverb in it. But even if you just pass through it through the mic pre's, you've got these output filters, so you can really shape the tone of the overdrive, and it's like, it sounds wicked on drums.
I just think of it as like the synth that was on Pink Floyd's On the Run. That's him in the studio using the little suit. I suppose that's the other side of the suitcase. Chiara was showing me how you sort of like bring in the different volumes of it, and then but obviously everything has to be. I mean, as if I didn't know what I was doing already. I mean, like, it's fucking crazy.
It can be a bit of an nightmare program.
Is there any history or like who's used it?
I don't know if we know for sure, but it was Jean-Michel Jarre's.
That's mental. Okay.
Who knows that?
Because you didn't know that?
No.
You can kind of guess who had it before when there's only 40 of them.
Exactly.
There's only so many people in the world.
It does help when there's a sticker that says Martin Hannet on it. But the CP-80. If you want to pretend like you're a 1970s songwriter for the day.
This is actually a really fun Oberheim.
Oh, wow.
It's like this, and then there's like another section downstairs. Actually, if you help me lift it, we can also, I can show you the one underneath. It's like serial number 1 and 2.
Wow.
It's like something
They're the same.
insane.
They're the
So
same.
this one is the actual, you'll see when I open it.
Oh,
so these are all like the SEM, like SEM modules. It's got like 8, and each module has like 2 oscillators. And then obviously you have like the keyboard.
Connected by SCART lead. Fucking SCART lead from a TV, back of a TV. My bandmate Dot is like an Oberheim obsessive.
I love this.
Yeah, it's unreal.
This guy.
This just feels so 80s, this design.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, these are one of the absolute beasts. When Paul has it up, it's like gigantic.
Yeah, this is
a table.
Incredible.
The history of the place is quite interesting. It used to be like a puppet studio.
Oh,
like
really?
I guess the early
No way.
80s, yeah.
Never knew that.
And then they basically rented this office downstairs to Annie Lennox and Dave Stewart. And they wrote Sweet Dreams Are Made of This in the office.
No way. So when we made our record, there was like a drum setup was underneath us here, just in the, like probably the back end of this carpet. And it was like a little hut, like, and it had like all the, classic kind of like the rugs, the blankets over the top. And Paul had a Neumann head, the Neumann. How many Neumann heads he got now? Like 7 of them.
Just
Has he still got just the one?
Yeah.
Does it still get used a lot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the best party trick.
Yeah,
on the planet.
it's amazing.
So good.
Is a microphone? Do you know where? Is it here somewhere?
It's in the mic cover. Yeah.
Well,
I
can
can
the
take
mic
it out.
cover
Yeah.
for it. It's a binaural head, so it has it looks like a head, but it's a microphone, and it's got two ears, which are the mics, and he had the head like on a pole. Like, this is a classic Paul, just like had the head on a pole like 15 foot in the air, pointing at the drums, and that was like the drum sound. It was like, because it was a bit like, the Led Zeppelin kind of in the staircase, energy, the big room kind of mic looking down on. One of my favourite songs we've ever made is called Bones of Ribbon, and the drum sound is amazing. And I used this guitar that was like a Yamaha. It's like a synth guitar. And it has like a box.
Do you know what? It's funny because I think, is that the box?
That's it!
It's this one.
No way!
Yeah. I think it never gets used now. Sorry, it might be a bit dusty. I'm so glad you're saying this because I honestly
weird.
had no idea this was ever been used.
Yeah, that was.
So that's sick.
I think he just bought it at the time. That synth in the background.
Yeah.
Is this thing with like, I guess the tremolo on or something? Dude, that's so weird that was just there.
That's so funny. See, sometimes it just had to happen.
I just think like for me like that, those were like though making the record like here and those moments where like, and we came out with had those kind of songs like, they were just like, they're incredible memories of mine. Like
Yeah.
That is really weird because particularly that song and this thing, it was just like, it really was. So I learned so much in that period. Do you think it made you like think about it in a different light?
I'm definitely taking for granted
Yeah.
the moments
Yeah,
you know.
of course.
Because you're like, you take so much for granted. You're like, actually, maybe I should just slow down, appreciate like the space. I do it anyway, but you know, like even more.
Sure,
like,
sure. Oh, it's just like, yeah, this is, I mean, I don't know what to say. It's just as good as it gets, I think, in my opinion. So,
yeah, I was gonna.
and I'd actually, you know what, honestly, I'd forgotten. I'd forgotten how fucking unbelievable this is. Like, I don't know. It's just like, it's like, it does feel like a museum in here. It's crazy.
Everything kind of like seems to like make sense as well. You can just run around.
Yeah, it's incredible.
So what's funny about this room is that when it didn't really get renovated. I think this is pretty much left like untouched. But when Dave Stewart had the room, he had a bedroom in that, like was now the machine room.
Wow. Dave Stewart from the Eurythmics, he had he's living his life. He's sleeping there. Studio. It's like, what am I doing? That I need to be sleeping in next to. I'm not going to do anything. I'm a nobody. This is like rock and roll.
Yeah, and you can see in the, especially at the top, the chandelier.
That's not a bathroom, is it? What's
that? That goes to a bathroom.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
So there's also,
he had a bloody ensuite.
Yeah, pretty much.
Take it. What? How he was probably like in his mid.
How crazy is that?
Oh, I wish I was in the music industry in the 1980s. Oh God, what have we got to? They've left it all untouched. This is crazy. Like, he's like, you know, this is like, it looks like one of their music videos. It's hilarious. This is crazy, man. No wonder he was making music like that. Oh, I wake up. Oh, gonna make a tune today. Walk into my fucking church studio. This is unbelievable.
So yeah, basically this was the room.
Yeah. Was the desk of being there then?
Probably here, yeah. And
where were you saying the space for the speakers was?
So I think when David Gray, so like the person that took it over after the Eurythmics, he had the speakers in here.
Oh, of course.
So these panels can come out. And I think it would have had the desk here, I guess.
Question about David Gray. That's his piano in there?
Yes.
What was the story about the piano?
I think the story I've heard is that they had to take it through a window.
Right,
like,
that's right. For him to get it in.
Somehow it got in. We don't know how.
And he was never going to take that piano with him.
No, because I have no idea how to get it out.
Right.
I think Paul also, like, sometimes we are filming session, they're like, can we lose this? Like,
no.
Not really.
It's like, how accessible is the head?
They're quite accessible.
Let's have a look. We've got to look at the head before we finish. We've got to look at the head because the head, I can't explain. It's almost become a slight piece of iconography of this studio. Why is that? Are they that? They're not even that rare. So the head's got a name.
The head is called Glenn. Apparently, Ryan might be able to tell you a bit more about it, but
I'm going to ask him.
There you go.
Glenn.
Here it is.
Microphones in the ears.
Yeah.
I
think what's funny about it, some people actually hate this mic.
Really?
Because if it's so, like too different from what their ears are, then it just kind of like, they don't understand it basically.
Whose ears was it based on?
Oh, I don't know. That's a good question.
I don't think I've actually ever held Glenn's head. I've always sort of seen it on a pole that really high up. When I think of here, I think of this head knocking about somewhere in the studio, you know.
Just like showing.
Yeah, just like looking on. Oh, amazing. So cool.
No, it's honestly, it's just so, you know. I think it's just funny because you can touch his ears.
Oh, yeah.
You can feel it.
Like,
it's really
so
if you have
weird.
headphones on, it's so spooky.
Yeah, so weird.
It's just like a museum, as you said, I think.
Yeah. They're incredible. So
Thank
sick.
you so much,
Yeah,
John. Appreciate it.
Pleasure. I'm going to go say hello to Riley again. I always pull that door. Every time.
Yes, bro.
Good to see you again.
Good to see you too.
Thanks for coming up and explaining how Mellotron works. We met like so long ago.
Yeah, almost 10 years.
Old.
Yeah.
I was already like 5 years in it.
I really am feeling old this year.
Oh, Riley! I can. It's all gonna be fine.
I'm not that old, but goddamn.
No, you are as well.
Studio years.
Yeah. I was saying upstairs, I was like, at my age, Dave Stewart was sleeping in a ornate bedroom with leaves on the floor, where she opened the door into his studio.
Yeah.
I was like, what am I doing in my life?
Yeah.
That room is a fucking sick joke up there. Like,
Yeah.
It's actually reverential.
What it makes me think about is, we spend these really intense periods of time making records.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's the same on tour.
Sure.
Where you have these like really close, like fast friendships, and you get really deep really fast. You skip a whole phase of small talk
100%.
and warm up
Yeah.
and all that, and then people go away.
Yeah.
And what I often find myself wondering is like, how real are those?
Yeah.
Like, you're one of the people that I mean, we maybe for a few years didn't talk, but we reconnected and we've stayed friends.
I think
having met in studio, but
definitely. I think doing the Max, because that was like the first after London Go, and then we actually kind of almost sort of made a little record. But it was like, that was a good example of like, when we were working on Max Jury's album, it was like we did like 4 days of like really intense work, and then you kind of become bonded, kind of because you go through that experience of like trying to make something together. It's really weird.
Yeah,
I know what you mean. You probably get it more though, because I think you hop from.
Yeah, it's true. I have a bit of a revolving door of people.
You've really experienced that.
Yeah.
I think like because I'm such a like kind of like introvert in some ways. He says, literally making it thing on film about I am an introvert socially in some ways, and I feel like I'm an outsider. I've always felt like a bit of an outsider. I think that like outsiders maybe like they can't have those more casual kind of relationships where they're just sort of like friends with everybody, and they're like they have to have like a depth to their people that they and that's why like I don't find myself there are people who I have like very close friends now within the industry, but like there aren't that many. Put it that way. What are we talking about? So overly deep.
That's what we do in here.
I don't know what
that's
else
how
to say.
that's how I've set this room up.
I know.
That's what it's designed for.
How long have you been in here?
Like 3-4 years.
Do you like being in here?
Yeah, I like it. I like it because
It's pretty vibey.
Yeah, it's like I like it in large part because I'm close. I live close to here. It's great.
Yeah.
And Paul lets me borrow his gear.
Yeah.
which is awesome. So I can access some of those synths that we were looking at.
That's amazing. What are you making next?
I've got a few conversations going about what maybe a next production project, like an album thing or something. But I've actually just come back from a bit of time off. I got really burnt out.
Yeah.
And I'm feeling good now, and I'm gonna help Polly finish this.
Yeah.
I've got an idea for a bit of an art project that I want to do. So
that's nice.
That's what's brewing in the back of my mind. Good to see you, bro. Love you too, man.